One of the most important tools that we have in our recovery tool belt after sexual betrayal is the use of boundaries. There are a lot of things that boundaries can help us with when we've been through the pain and upheaval of experiencing sexual betrayal. Boundaries can help us feel safe again. They can help us feel safe in our homes. For example, maybe I feel like I need a little bit of space in my own personal bedroom and I need to ask for a break from my partner sleeping in the room with me. They can help us feel safe in our bodies with regards to knowing whether or not we have been exposed to an STD and asking our partner to go get an STD test after suspected sexual betrayal as a boundary can be really helpful. Boundaries can also help create temporary timeouts from our pain. The pain after knowledge of sexual betrayal can go on and suck us into a deep, dark, black hole. So sometimes I might need to set boundaries with myself to take a break from that pain. Another thing boundaries can help with is they can help us deal with triggers. They can block certain stressors so that we can heal. For example, sexualized material on television or the magazine aisle at the grocery store. Those may be things we decide to set a boundary with ourselves to not walk by that or to not put television on that's going to have sexually explicit material. Boundaries can also help us stop negative self-talk, the way that we're talking to ourselves about our feelings and our fears and our concerns and the way that we're behaving in the wake of betrayal, which many of us find ourselves acting in a way that we would have never acted before the sexual betrayal. And finally, boundaries can help us decide who we want to have in and out of our lives. There are a lot of people who, after we experience sexual betrayal, are not going to know how to walk alongside us and be helpful, who are not going to be able to contain the pain that we're in without oversharing that with other people. And we may discover that there are certain relationships that we need to take a break from, either permanently or temporarily, in the wake of sexual betrayal. And boundaries can help us with that. I think boundaries kind of get a bad rap, especially for those of us who are coming from a Christian background. A lot of times we can see boundaries as demands or as an attempt to punish another person. But boundaries are not a demand or a punishment. Now, they could come out that way, but one thing that I'd love for us to talk about together is how do we craft boundaries wisely in such a way that will help us feel safe without being punitive or controlling. It's really important as we're thinking about our boundaries to acknowledge the fact that we are powerless over the sexual addict or our partner in our lives who has sexually betrayed us. And we're powerless over their choices. We're powerless over whether they choose to continue to act out or be unfaithful in the future or not. And because we feel so unsafe, oftentimes we try to have power over something we're powerless over. Boundaries is an attempt to help us feel safe again and to take and own our power back where it belongs, which is related to ourselves. The only thing I actually have any power and control over ultimately is me. And even as I say that, I realize, goodness, sometimes I feel like I have no power over my grief, my pain, my anger in the wake of sexual betrayal, or even the way that I'm acting. And that is what's so tricky about sexual betrayal, is many of us experience a self-betrayal and turning into somebody that we're not normally. So boundaries can help me be gentle with myself. They can help me find my way back to me, and they can help me regain some sense of power and control over my life and over the things that I truly do have some power over, which is all surrounding me.